This is RPG a Day, Day 10, and this one is, what was the largest surprise you had as a GM or a player or any of that? Basically, the largest surprise you've ever experienced. So this one is a little tough. I have not necessarily been on the surprised side while actively playing or running a game very often. And in fact, it's hard for me to even remember a time when I have. However, a couple games that I've played in, and maybe I wasn't there for that session, or my character had died the previous session, things like that, had some interesting twists. One of those games was back when I used to do play-by-post games. There was a group online, and this is playing Heroes Unlimited. I wasn't part of the campaign, and I'm trying to remember. They used a printed module that is a module I ended up wanting to run for people. And I tried. I played one session. I ran it for them, but I felt like it was lacking. Like I wasn't, as a game master, real thrilled with how I ran the game. But at the same time, I think also it was hard for me to run the module the way it was expected to be run because of what I allowed in character creation. And so I basically cut myself off at the knees before the campaign started. Anyways, when I was doing the play-by-post thing, the campaign started with a set of players, and there were some people it was the waiting list, but there were some people who had died and then just either couldn't keep up with the play-by-post. It had gone on for months, even before it was actually printed, I believe. It started a few months before that. And after a while, I think I was able to get into that game, or maybe it was a spin-off of it or something, but I think I got into the game and was able to play it for a couple months, but we didn't make much progress. And right before I got into it, though, there was a huge twist. Someone who was believed to be good ended up being bad, and there was a lot of conspiracy theory type of stuff in the campaign. I don't want to ruin it in case I ever run it for people, but there were some huge twists and turns in that campaign that were awesome. And I was completely surprised by quite a few of those. There was also a point where and they didn't run it 100% true to the module when they did play by post. So that's the other thing. But there was also a point with it where they had a player character who basically the guy wasn't going to be able to play his character, I think, anymore. And so they made that character a bad guy. And the turn was well executed. And that was probably my biggest surprise. But again, that was before I joined the game. That actually may have been right after I left it. But either way, that was the biggest one for me, and I thought it was fantastic. I'd love to do more twists. There was a point where I was going to run a campaign, and my wife made a female character, sort of like Magneto, but not really. She had magnetism. We called her Iron Maiden. She had like long chains that were attached, like kind of like a chain wallet kind of thing, but not a wallet. And she would use her powers to use those as weapons, and they had spikes on them and things like that. But she was a good guy, and the idea was that she was going to flip on the party midway through because she had two characters she really liked that she made. And so she wanted to start with that one, but then have that turn on the party and then use her other character. And so we said, okay, that sounds cool. It might be a nice little twist. But we never got that far. We had that character. One of my players was going to play a character who could do like that lycanthropy, and turn into a monster. And this is again with Heroes Unlimited, and had a super leaping ability and something else. And then we had another character. I don't remember. It was my sister and her husband who were going to play with us. I don't remember what her character was going to be. But yeah, either way, it was. I remember I was really excited about it, and then, my wife and my sister were both pregnant at the time, and so that kind of derailed it, and we never got the motivation to come back together and play. So, anyways, but yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Would love to hear about some of your biggest surprises in the comments below, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.